Welcome to GarageMahal.tv. This is the pre-construction visitation. This whole project is about our Garage Mahal. It's not the only one out there, but this one's ours. Before we get started on our tour, let us tell you about what you're going to find on our website. First, product reviews. This is where you'll see what we use to clean up and organize our garage. If you like what you see, click on the product link to order your own from Amazon.com. For our local community in Lutherville, Maryland, you'll find our Mahal-Away service. If you need it gone, you can book online or contact us directly. We'll help you get it gone and help you get organized too. We'll also be starting our own tool library. We've got a bunch of tools that we don't always use, so why not rent them from us for your next project at a great neighborly price. Remember to check out our blog and our video portfolio, where we'll write about and update you on all of our projects. And now, I'm going to introduce you to at least part of our digital media production team.
Wait.
Sophia, Daniela, Violet, and Riley. Charlotte helps out too. Sorry. Charlotte helps out too, but she's hanging out at the movies today. Robin's working in the front yard too, so.
Bye.
Alright, so here's the official tour. We're kind of improving this and kind of telling you about all the different areas of the Garage Mahal, our Garage Mahal, upstairs, downstairs, and outside. So I'm just going to talk about the first project that we're going to do here. You see kind of an old workbench, and things have just kind of gotten out of control in here. We moved in a couple years ago, and stuff just got tossed in here. I've tried to organize it a couple of times. Pop passed away a couple years ago, and I inherited a bunch of his stuff and dumped it in here, and projects happen, and you kind of ad hoc find your tools, and here's where we are. So, like I said, I just wanted to focus on the fact that we're going to swap this bench out. I've got an old 4-foot bench that I've got up in the house, and I'm going to just expand that, but you'll see in the workbench optimization, which will be our next video, where we'll just spotlight the fun we had putting it together. And you can see back here we've got another workbench that I built in the past, and it uses the Simpson Strong Tie workbench kit. It's a bracket kit that makes a really nice workbench. Probably several of you have seen them out there, and that's going to be one of our first products that we're going to spotlight here in Garage Mahal. So eventually what you're going to see is a short little video of us kind of just clearing everything out, getting the old bench out, putting the new bench in, and kind of getting this corner ready to go. And that's where we're starting. So we're going to move on to another part of the garage now and tell you what we're thinking about doing there. Alright, so similar to the other project, we're actually planning to build our tool library right in this area. We've got some vertical space, so what I was thinking about doing is maybe doubling that up or tripling that up and using the Simpson Strong Tie workbench bracket kit and kind of doing some sort of a shelving unit here, and that's where we're going to store all the different tools that you'll see that we can just rent out to the neighborhood and rent out to the neighborhood association. So again, we're going to get rid of an old bench. We're going to organize all these tools and kind of get things sort of vertically taken care of here. So that's what we're looking to do right here in this section of the Garage Mahal. I'm going to kind of dub this one, I'll just call it the corner. It's housing a big bandsaw right now. A good friend of mine gave that to me, and still yet to kind of use it and get it working. But you know, the electrical panel's there. We're going to need to do some sort of a project on the electrical panel, and it might become sort of electrical corner. Maybe this will be sort of a charging station where all of my batteries for drills and for weed whackers and stuff like that get stored. And then of course we're probably going to keep all of our extension cords hopefully wrangled a little neatly. They're doing okay now, but they're up and out of the way at least. And so we're kind of sort of going to do something sort of electrical and charging here in this corner, I guess, if that makes any sense. So and off of that we're going to have to do some electrical work that cleans up some of the lines that come out of the box, and that's going to relate to our lighting, and we'll talk about lighting in a segment here in just a bit. So you're taking a look here at the lighting and the old insulation. So we're going to be looking at getting rid of these old fluorescent tubes and fixtures And you can see this insulation. There's a second floor to the garage mahal, and of course that was meant to keep things warm up there. But the insulation's in rough shape, so we're probably going to be looking at some other alternative product that we can put in between the joists and keep things warm and cool upstairs, but also that's still going to let us use some of the cavity to maybe store things up between the joists. So if there's any suggestions for that or anything that we come across, we're probably going to put that up on the site as well. So they're definitely going to be looking at some LED lighting and some new insulation options for the garage mahal. All right, so this is probably one that a lot of people can relate to. What to do with scrap material. I have a terrible solution currently. Dump it into this pile. We got a couple of garbage cans with a lot of long pieces, some shorter pieces, and we've got some scrap pieces from when the house and even the garage mahal itself was remodeled years ago before we even lived here, and from some of our projects since we have lived here. So we need some sort of a solution here for scrap pieces, maybe some shelving, maybe something up in the joists. Maybe we get rid of it, I don't know, but this is a little out of hand, so this is another thing we're going to be looking into cleaning up and organizing a bit as well.
Action.
All right, so here's another spot we're dealing with. As I mentioned before, my pops passed away a few years ago and inherited a bunch of his tools. Some of these tools, I just don't even know how they work or what they do, but they're valuable. So one aspect of Garage Mahal may be selling off some duplicate tools or old tools that I have, or just some valuable tools that really I'm not really familiar how to use. And so maybe like an eBay or a Craigslist kind of thing. And then of course we got this rack here, and we got a nice slab of granite that we inherited as part of the purchase of the house. Might make for a good project one day, but right now it's kind of taking up space, so we're going to have to figure out something for this area right here. It's just a big mess right now, so we're going to have to work on kind of getting control of it, and then maybe turning this into a more usable area with another table, or maybe even a table saw or something like that. But yet another solution to come up with. Products and ideas, always welcome. Access to the Garage Mahal. We got a big garage door we'll talk about, but here's our side door. It's in rough shape. We got a bad jamb all the way around. It's been replaced before. We've got bad hardware here. It's just an old ratty door. The whole thing's got to get redone. And I mean, honestly, the security bar is just, I mean, it's just, I'm not even sure what that's like.
Hi, guys. Oh, looks like Charlotte's back from the movies.
The floor. This is going to be an interesting one. Scuttlebutt around the neighborhood is that the Garage Mahal used to be used as either some detailing shop or an illegal car repair business or something. The floor is in bad shape. It's kind of greasy. You can see where they might have been working on some engines or something in the past. This was years and years ago, and we want to clean that up. So we might be looking at either having a company come in and resurface it for us, or actually doing one of those projects where we roll it on ourselves and throw the flex down. Maybe look at some of the different products that are available there, and see if we can get this floor cleaned up. I guess I'll dub this one the other corner. Got some old file cabinets in here. Some of these I might keep. Again, inherited from Pop Pop. We got some of his tools. We got some of our tools. We got some toys. One thing about this corner is I was envisioning doing either having this sort of be the garden center, and I've got another table that already exists that I might just turn into the garden center table for potting plants and doing that kind of stuff. But the other thing about this corner over here is that this is where our water comes in, and we actually have a small sewer line. It's not going to be anything big enough to run, say, a toilet and sink and everything upstairs, although there used to be something up there. We've got a water supply and we've got a sewer line, so we're probably going to look at doing some sort of a utility sink, and maybe even some sort of an electric water heater that goes underneath. That'll be a nice product to spotlight on the site, and that's going to be where we'll have hot and cold water. We can wash tools and use it as intended right here. We've got it. the supply and the drain. So it might even become up high, looking at some bike racks or something like that. So this corner is still yet to be determined, but we've got a couple of different ideas for it.
Okay.
I'm going to dub this corner the lawn and garden corner. You can see, typical tools. We got our lawnmower. We've got all kinds of lawn tools. We got a wheelbarrow. This is the table I was talking about earlier. We used the same bracket kit to build it. We put it on wheels years ago and had it in a shed at our old place. And we might dig it out of here and put it over in the opposite corner I was talking about earlier, so we can kind of have a lawn and garden space to be able to do some potting of plants and doing other type stuff. It definitely needs to be cleaned out and reorganized. Everything might just come out of this corner completely and go elsewhere. Right now, this is kind of what we're looking at for all of our tools for working around the yard. So it's going to need some TLC. All right, so this is all about the back wall. If you kind of think back to all these different segments that we've just done, there's a lot of stuff on the floor. I got to get it up off of the floor and stow it neatly. Things have completely gotten out of hand, so I'm just going to kind of step out of the shot here. And in the back here, you see the table. You see the weird L bracket shelving thing that's up there from Garage Mahal 1.0, I guess I'll call it, from back in the day, whatever they stored up there, maybe tires or something like that. But I envision a nice large shelving unit up there that I can put bins and tools and stuff up and out of the way. So that's probably going to be a nice project. It's going to be a big project where we get a lot of stuff up and out of the way and out of our path when we're walking in, and we're not tripping over stuff. So I think that's going to be a good one, and I think it's going to help certainly the lower level of the Garage Mahal. So I think for now, until we talk about the outside and the main garage door, that's going to be it for the lower level. We're probably going to go head upstairs, and we'll just pan over here really quick to look at the stairs. The stairs are in good shape. We might do some new indoor-outdoor carpet or something like that. But the second floor of this building is quite interesting, and it too has a little bit of history probably. So we're going to go upstairs and take a look and show you around what has exploded all over the second floor from us moving in. And we'll talk to you all about that and the French doors to your death.